What's going on, folks? It's Slider at Packmasters Dog Training here. I hate that we have to talk about this again, but let's talk about the biggest mistake we make with the e-collar. The biggest mistake in e-collar training across the board, something I see every day. All right, so every single day I get a shitload of emails and videos sent to me wanting me to look at things and saying, listen, I'm doing exactly what you do with the e-collar and I'm not having good results. You know, they're running into all kinds of problems. And then I watch the videos and I read the emails, what they're doing step by, and it's not even close to what I'm doing, all right? And we talk about this a lot. But listen here, folks, this is why this subject is so important to me. We have trainers in other parts of the world that have already lost this tool, okay? And there's other trainers in different parts of the world are getting ready to lose this tool. It is so misused and abused and misunderstood, okay? We have to get this straight and use it right. Stop looking at it as a tool and start looking at it as a language. This is what I'm talking about. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I don't teach anything with the e-collar. Let me say it again. I don't teach anything with the e-collar. I teach everything through motivation, through positive reinforcement, with food, with toys, all right? Now, people are going to say, then why do you use e-collars? I use e-collars on every single dog I train. Every single dog I train gets an e-collar on it. Why other trainers only use it on certain dogs, I'm not sure why. You're missing out. But I use it on every single dog I train. So the reason I use e-collars on my clients' dogs and my own dogs is for one reason and one reason only, or at least the most important reason. That is to provide off-leash freedom for my dog. That's it. That's why e-collars are so important to me. So if you never plan on taking your dog off leash anywhere outside a fence area, well then don't use an e-collar. Then what's the purpose? You don't need it. But I want to provide off-leash freedom for my dogs and my clients' dogs, period. Now people are going to say, well, we live in a place where you can't take your dogs off leash. So what? You still want your dog trained to the highest level possible, okay? But where I see people going wrong, trainers, and there's some good trainers out there, some really good trainers I respect a great deal. They don't use e-collars all the time, but maybe they run into a certain issue with a dog and they say, well, we're going to use an e-collar here. And they try to address the problem with an e-collar. To me, again, you're using it as a tool, not a language. So I take my time to teach the meaning of the e-collar to the dog. We've said it 1,000 times before. What I mean by that is any other tool that you put on your dog, any type of collar, a slip lead, a choke collar, a prong collar, a flat buckle collar, a harness, anything. You know, if you touch your dog with your hands, if you bump your dog with your leg, give them a tug on a leash. These are all things that they can associate with naturally. You understand what I'm saying? It's not confusing to them. They know what it is. When you put an e-collar on a dog and you tap an e-collar, even at the lowest level possible, and that's where we always want to get started, right? It's a completely unknown stimulus to the dog. It's a completely unknown language. It's confusing. And that's why when they first feel it, a lot of them look so confused. They'll look back at them, they look around, they don't know what the hell just happened, right? They don't get it. They don't understand it. So people want to put that tool on a dog and try to address a problem. It doesn't work that way. You'll have some success. Some will have more success than others. Certain dogs will have more success, but it will never be the highest success possible. And you may run into different problems you didn't have before. So when I talk about teaching a language, that's how I see it. I see it as a language. So I take my time to condition every single dog a lot, you know, hundreds and hundreds of repetitions, maybe thousands of repetitions before I ever implement it in training, using it with different commands or problem solving. That's it. Now, I may be a little conservative with it, but if you look at my dogs and you look at my clients' dogs, you don't just see a dog doing things that it's told. You see an upbeat, excited dog, a dog full of life and energy, all right? There is no confusion there. So we teach it, we teach it, we teach it. The dog understands what that weird stimulation, that weird sensation is. That's what you want. Now, once you achieve that, that may take 3 weeks. That may take 3 months. I don't know. It's up to you. It's up to how much work you do. But what you guys have to understand is once you achieve that level, once the dog truly understands what that strange sensation from the e-collar means, then you can use it in all different ways. I mean, it opens up so much, all right? Let's take someone who competes at a high level in any dog sport, anything. And let's say you do fantastic as it is. You're going to be able to tweak things and make things a little better with good e-collar work. All right, you're going to. I guarantee it. It's just that effective. Okay, you can do things with an e-collar that you can't do with any other tool. You just can't. The timing is there. The distance is there. There's no other way to do that. Stopping behaviors. Yes, you could stop any unwanted behavior once the dog understands the meaning of the e-collar. You get what I'm saying? So there's not a day that goes by where I don't get at least 10 to 20 emails. You know, my dog started doing this. I'm thinking about getting an e-collar and fixing it. No, it doesn't work that way. You can do that if you want, but don't try to address the problem, okay? Train the dog properly with it first. Then you can attack the problem. Then you'll be able to attack the problem with no negative blowback whatsoever, all right? I don't understand why some trainers only use e-collars on certain dogs, and I think it's because they are still using it just as a correction or a punishment, even if it's at low levels. I think they'll say, well, I don't use it as a punishment, but in reality, the way I see them using it, you are. You are. So try to think of it as a language and not a tool. If you think of it that way, I think you're going to have a lot more success with it. But once again, I don't get why everyone doesn't use e-collars. I just don't. And the only thing I could think of is they can't get past that mindset of it being a punitive tool. That's it. Think of it as a language. Teach the language. Then you'll be able to use it in all aspects of dog training, and it will be your best friend. Believe me when I tell you. All right? Take your time. Peace.